You're listening to Caps on Tap with host Kevin Kirsten.
Opening up the truth pipeline for these bitches.
Truth.
My right to say how I say it's mine to give. My mind, my heart, it's mine to share. My soul's my heart. Invite to use. Just
Damn. Yeah. Caps on Tap, your host Kevin Kierstead. Here we go with another close win. The Caps beating the New York Islanders tonight by the slimmest of margins and overtime. Ovechkin doing what he does best, coming up big when big calls for big. But here's the problem. You're going, Kevin, we won. Are you going to complain? Why, yes. Yes, young Jedi, I am going to complain. We should not be edging out the New York Islanders, Tavares or not. That's not a Capitals team that I'm proud of. You should not be edging out the Islanders and having to win in overtime. They're a terrible team. You know, the win last night, squeaking past in the shootout. 4 games before that, losses. So you tell me how good we're doing. And you tell me why we're doing, that particular level of success. Well, why are we getting that particular level of success? It's not by any stretch of the imagination, I'm sorry to say. It does not make me feel warm and fuzzy inside. And that's not going to work for me. Now, I don't know about you, but there seems to be something wrong with the Washington Capitals that is coming out of the inability of the first line to make things click. We're getting OV double teamed, expecting Nicky to pull it out, or Mojo. And Nicky and Mojo, like Swedes typically are quietly getting their points. Mojo's not using his speed like he could. That's something else. He's got the points to show for it, so I can't knock him. But he could be so much better in my view. OV can't do it all. He can't do it all. We have a superstar on our team who cannot do it all. And it's a silly thing to think that he could. If you notice when OV's out, everybody steps up, but everybody steps up. So we really whoop teams when he's out. And you're thinking, was he weakening the team? No, he's just giving them probably a false sense of confidence. Because you can't, you can have one weapon, but if you can only use it 1 out of every 3 or 4 shifts, and even then, they got him double teamed half the time. What do you really have there? At least OV can get some attention off of our other guys on the first line, get them scoring a lot, and people start backing off of OV. Not real impressed with the gameplay I saw. Holtby did good again, and he did have his glove over that puck for at least a second. I don't know why a ref decides, hey, that must still be live, unless they just were too late on the whistle and don't want to admit they were too late. I mean, obviously, if he didn't blow the whistle and then he saw the puck loose and said, shit, I should have blown the whistle, then the puck's in the net, he's not going to say no goal. He can't say no goal at that point. It's on him. So the ref probably knew what he did. The ref probably knew. That's what we're talking about, our problems, and maybe what we did right. Ward still looking good as usual. He's always looking good, at least this season. Mike Green has yet to get a goal. Mike Green's part of why he's not on my backbone squad. That's just the way it is. You got to get there through consistent effort, and to stay there, you have to continue to show consistent effort. I just have to delete the status real quick, so bear with me because I can't do 2 things at one time. Okay, so let me make sure this is people to the right page. Here. That's right. Just making sure the show's coming on. There we go. All right. So what I'm going to do real quickly here, box score. I don't have my phone line up right now, so I don't know if we're going to get a call in from Bernie or one of the Levesque brothers. I'll I will get that up in a second if you're listening. I'm getting that up now. And actually, I don't see my Google Talk thing, so I got to pull that up. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull up the box score, which I'm going to do now. Le box score, NHL box score. The Miley Cyrus voicemail, not trusting that. She'll probably want to ride my steel ball. That's a liability that I cannot afford with my particular brand of homeowners insurance. So no to the steel ball. You may not ride my steel ball, and if you do, you must have a bath first and be clothed. That's important because you can't sit on it naked. That's not good. Because you're still Hannah Montana to me, so that just doesn't jive well. And there's something about her that to me is still trailer park, isn't it? I mean, you can take the girl out of the trailer park, but, well, you've heard. I don't know. Achy breaky heart. I got 3 words for you, okay? Achy breaky heart, motherfuckers. That's why. So here we go. Capitals and Islanders, pulling that up now. Let me get the box score up. I like the website on the box scores. I see others, and they throw some extra stat and it clouded in. So I'm pulling that up right now. This should not Philly. Did Philly lose? Let me go ahead and read the other scores real quick. So third, yeah, there's still 10-17 left in the third. No, do not play video. I did not ask you to play video. That's right. Okay, so Philly, with 10 minutes left in the third, they're losing to Nashville 2-1. Always good to see Philly losing. Always good. Chicago, Phoenix. They've only got 9 minutes left in the third. Chicago winning 4-2. Those are 2 tough teams out there, to be honest with you. Minnesota and Colorado. Colorado is up 1-0. That's 13:05 left in the second. Or is it 13:05 into the second? I don't know how they mark theirs here, so we'll just have to watch. 16:22 of the first. I think it's into. So it's 0-0 Calgary, Los Angeles. And then Anaheim and San Jose. They be coming up next. So that might be a good game as well. Those Western powers out there. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, you know, it wasn't impressive to me. I'm not happy with squeaking by shitty teams. You shouldn't be either. You know, a win is a win, yes. And we need the points, yes. But we're also giving rivals points. Or we're also giving them a real chance to win. When you get to a shootout or an OT, you haven't won squarely. You have to win by luck then. Almost by luck. That's not where you want a game to go. That's not how you want it to go. So, I don't know. Let's go ahead and pull up this box score here. Yippee-yi-yay, Patty. He rode into town to find a man that traded Maddie. You know, yippee-yi-yay, Vol Patty. He came in and got a wrist shot, assist Tom Wilson and Martin Erat. Erat, as you know, looking to get the trade out of Washington. Never something you want to make public. You know that, my friends? You never want to let... Because once you let people know you want to be traded, you're not liked anymore. You can't be. I mean, the fans don't want you. If you don't want to be here, get the fuck out. That's the idea, you know? So, if you notice tonight, it seemed to me like he was playing a bit extra hard play tonight to, what, I don't know, say, look at me, I'm not giving up on the Caps, or I better really shine tonight because I am about to get traded and I need to look good for whoever I'm going to, whatever you want to attribute that to. Whatever the case is, he played harder tonight than I think he has in the past 10 games. So, you know, you can attribute that to whatever. The shorthanded goal, unacceptable. Mike Green and company just being slack-ass on defense. Johnny Carlson wasn't that good tonight. Just being slack on passing and dumb turnovers and just, you know, I'm not impressed with Mike Green. I'm sorry. I just can't. For the past 2 years, I've just been bumming on him. You know, I was really into him when he was game over green, and he was overkill great then. I would have accepted just good defense from him back then, which he had. But he also had the offense, and that was an extra bonus. But now he's got neither. And I don't know why I don't know what it is with him. If he just hasn't gotten over his injury, or if he has lost heart. If he's lost heart, you can't fix that. It takes basically a miracle from inside to fix something like that, to bring you back to being hungry. OV, luckily, we are very lucky with him, because you can get a star like that who burns out after 5 or 6 years and just doesn't care. And OV looked to be possibly in that situation last season. But he got his hunger back, and I kind of knew he would, because inside of OV is a competitor that when it all the smoke settles and all that's left is the rink, the puck, the other players, the goalie, and the stick, he wants to score goals. He still loves to score goals. He loves to score goals just as much as some old people love to play bingo. It never gets old to them. They have to do it. That's him, and I knew he would come back to that. Because when you forget about all the fame and the money, and when you're out there on the ice sweating your balls off, chance of getting hurt at any given moment, it comes back to you. When you really take it down to its simplest terms, I love hockey. I love scoring goals. That's him. That's who's inside him. So we're really lucky that he has that self-motivating force that no matter what politics are flying around, how many coaches they shuffle in and out, how many lines they shuffle in and out, Ovi's looking for goals. And that's a good thing. Locker once called him, and I put in one of my highlight videos of OV that I made for YouTube, he called him a one-man wrecking crew. And that's essentially what he is. And that doesn't mean he's not a team player. You see him pass all the time. And he's an excellent passer, very underrated for that. Especially the spot-on passes, just very accurate. And rarely will you see OV turn over a puck when he's trying to pass it to get somebody that's open. Rarely. I think he did it once tonight, and that was rare. But he's an awesome passer. So the whole game, he's good at the whole game, So after the shorthanded goal, no excuse for that. Clutterbuck, I think he came over from Minnesota to the New York Islanders. I think it was the Wild. I can't remember. I think it was. So wrist shot, assist was Andrew McDonald and Casey Cizikas. I don't recognize that name. Doesn't ring a bell for me. Thomas Vanek gets the wrist shot assist. John Tavares, Kyle Okposo. And then Nicky there at the end getting the shorthanded wrist shot assist. Chimera and Alsner. I didn't see that one coming. And let me explain something to you. When we scored our first goal tonight, I yelled. I almost always yell when the Caps score a goal. Then they scored the shorthanded goal. Then they scored another. And at that point, I lost faith. So that when we scored that goal to tie it up at the end, I didn't even make a peep. I didn't have any faith in them. Honestly, I just didn't. I didn't make a peep. I didn't even feel joy, really. I just said, oh, here we go. So we'll go to overtime again. See what happens there. And then when OV scored, I had to let out a little yell because, there's only so much I can hold back. But God damn it, what is this squeaking by stuff we're doing? There's something broken on our team. The third line can't be expected to do it all. They can't be. The second line still not doing shit. So somebody needs to be let go there. Just get them on out, trade them out, or at least threaten the shit out of them because something's got to give there. And they're not producing. And if you're not producing in any business, you get replaced. It's just that simple. In any machine, if you're not working, you get replaced with something that does work. That's all. That's how it works. It's just simple. It's nothing personal. For whatever reason, they're not making it happen. I don't know. That's just me. Penalty summary: 11:13 of the second. Jay Beagle hooking against Michael Grabner. Third period, not a lot of penalties this game. Pierre-Marc Bouchard interference against Joel Ward, and it was actually tripping, but they can call interference. And I think I know why they called interference, because they would have been less scrutinized. They would have been more scrutinized to call tripping, since it was the fact that he was away from the puck at the time. It was easier to call interference because that could have been shoving, tripping, hooking, anything that caused some type of impediment to his movement. So I don't blame him for calling that. That's the refs protecting their own ass. But it was a trip. I mean, even if it was a kind of an incidental thing, he didn't do the corkscrew as far as I could tell, but he did push the skate with his stick. So, I don't think that was an unfair call there. And then Mike Green interference against Michael Grabner. Green quite typically, will get late period penalties, late in the game penalties, and late in the game turnovers. I don't know why that is. I just don't like it. That's all I know. OV gets the star of the game, with Nicky getting the second star. I'm not so sure that Holtby didn't earn a star there. He stopped 37 of 39. That's a save percentage of 949. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. He's got to watch that 5-hole. When Clutterbuck came in, Clutterbuck's not a guy who picks corners. He's going to go low. So go ahead and drop down in the butterfly. I know you got to look big when you think there might be a slap shot coming, but he was 6 feet away when he let go. So you can close that 5-hole. Go ahead and close it. Hold your glove up. Hold your blocker up. Make him guess and close that fucking 5-hole. I don't know what it is with him and that leaving that 5-hole open. I know he used to like to tempt guys to use it, and then he would drop the pads on it. But you can't beat somebody on a quick release that's 6 feet away. Get him down. Get the pads down. One thing I like about him, which is the same thing I liked about Varley when he was with us, is he keeps his skates under him. He doesn't do that flopping around shit that Theo used to do. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Vokun used to do it too. Oh, look, I'm making snow angels. No, that's not good for stopping pucks. I mean, it might have worked for you, but it's absolutely luck. Absolutely luck. You're not even looking. You're not even looking at the puck. You just, my body's down in front of I'm laying in the paint there. I'll make snow angels. I'll try to hide the puck under. Maybe it's over there. I don't know. I don't know where it is, but I'm here, so I'm trying to do something. That's not good. You stay on your skates. You drop down the butterfly, and you pop back up as necessary and to fill up that net. So I'm impressed with the way he does that. Far as I can tell, Grubauer does that too. I haven't seen a lot of play from him, but I think he's going to make a decent backup goalie. He may even take over Nuvi's spot, If you know how it works in the NHL, man. You get a backup in there, he gets called in a couple times, he does a good job. Next thing you know, the guy that was injured, he finds himself back down in Hershey. So, you put in who works. You put in who works, and you put backups in that work. That was a big goalie. That goalie tonight for the Islanders, he was Nissan. He was my size, actually. We're the same size, 6'5", 225 or so. And I'm a big dude, and I could fill up a net easily. And I'm surprised that we got anything past him. In that case, you needed a little bit more tic-tac-toe. You needed a little bit more garbage goal, and we could have ended this in regulation tonight. We had the talent, and we chose to fuck around. Sad thing, but that's the way it goes. Don't have to keep a long show tonight. We can keep this one short, but I do have to go past 10 minutes because I have this thing. And this thing is that 22:09. Yeah, it's already gone past 10 minutes. This thing is that I tell them on iHeartRadio, which has picked up my shows, to delete anything under 10 minutes because that ends up being a test broadcast or a broken broadcast. So, anyway, that's that. Caps on Tap is the name of the show. We're just doing a quick rundown of how the game went and some analysis on the Capitals team. Ovechkin is doing what he can. He needs to throw some more checks, I think, get those hits rolling. Troy Brouwer throws some hits, but he needs to throw more. If he's not going to do anything and he's not going to produce, goddamn it, give me 8 or 10 hits a game. Show me that you'll put it in somewhere else. And that goes for anybody else that's not producing. Fair seems to be reawakened, but I can't trust that to be stable. I had him in my backbone squad, and he's out now because he couldn't hang on in the beginning of this season. And as you know, my backbone squad, which are very important players that everybody else is connected to, not necessarily the best players, but they are Ovi, Backy, Shamara, Ward, and Holtby right now. Fair was in there, he got booted. Ward wasn't, he got pulled in, and so did Holtby. And that's where I'm keeping it right now. I won't go any higher than 7 backbone players, and right now I got 5. So, there are others. There are others that are knocking at the door. Brooksy knocks at the door. I don't know what's up with him right now. I'm not sure what the situation is with him. A Tom Wilson threatens. He threatens. A John Carlson threatens. A Grabo threatens. He's bringing the noise this year, and so does Mojo. But we got to have pure consistency with them. For somebody like a Mojo, I need to see him using his speed, because I know he's got it. Once you've shown it to me, you can't just take it away. That's not right. That's not right. You know why that's not right. Anyway, we'll call that the show. We don't want to keep a long one tonight. It's a win. Yeah, it's 2 wins in a row. No, I'm not impressed. I'm just not. I'm not impressed with the way we're playing this game. And I'm not going to beat up on a bunch of individuals. You know where we're weak. I think it's time for us to get back to basics, use speed, don't get caught with transition problems because you didn't get the puck deep enough, or you made a bad pass at the blue line going across the ice, and the next thing you know, you've done it too slow, or you've just made a bad directional pass, and they're picking it off because we're not a very fast team. We're not. I mean, we don't have a lot of fast people. So if you don't have a Chimera or a Mojo out there, nobody can catch some of the faster players that get on a break. That's what happened with Clutterbuck tonight, and he's not even a fast guy. He just had a good lead. So anyway, that's what we've got some problems, and we need to address them. And honestly, folks, you tell me if I'm wrong here. There's a part of me that hopes, and then there's a part of me that is reality. The part of me that hopes says, yes, we'll win a Stanley Cup this year. The part of me that's reality says we won't even make it to the second round of the playoffs at this rate unless we get some major things fixed. So that's me. That's what I'm saying. Prove me wrong. Tell me where I'm wrong. You can do that by going to the chat or calling in at 910-NO-LYING. I won't be taking calls tonight because it's such a short show. But the next one, if we win, I'll do a much longer show, and we'll talk about some things we haven't talked about yet. So you've been listening to Caps on Tap. Your host, Kevin Kierstead, and I'm out.